We picked up this DJI Osmo Mobile. This is the first generation. Personally, I kind of prefer it over some of the other models, but really it's a personal preference after you've used them. Now, I got this for about $60 or $70 used, but it has been very well taken care of. You can see it came in its original packaging, which is a nice touch. I think that is worth something. It's actually cool to have. So we'll go ahead and open it up. The presentation that DJI always has in their packaging is always very good. And then there's the Osmo itself. The Osmo Mobile is a 3-axis stabilized gimbal that you clamp your phone into. And it makes all the footage from your phone very stable. It's really quite amazing. This slides very smoothly and then your phone will sit in there. It also came with this base, which I think is sold separately, but it's really nice just to be able to pop it in there and have it rest. In the lid that closes, this is actually a compartment. Pull that out. Here is a little carrying case that makes it a little bit easier to carry around. I can feel padding on there. There's a foam padding, which is nice. And then there's little compartments in there for different accessories. I've gone ahead and installed the DJI Go app onto this phone. You go through the sign-in process and connect it to your device, which is fairly simple. And then what we're gonna do is clamp it in here with this. I'm gonna turn this machine on. And whenever you turn this on, it sends out a Bluetooth signal. So with any phone, you should be able to connect it to it via Bluetooth. I'm not gonna update this yet. Connect your device. We have an Osmo Mobile. Goes ahead and connects. Whenever we clamp this in here, it's not quite as simple as just clamping it in and going. To clamp the phone in, we screw this back piece here, and that brings both edges out. And then put the phone in place all the way to the edge, and I'll clamp this back in. All right, and now what we need to do is balance the gimbal. You can see right now, it's definitely going far over here, like to this one side. So what I'm gonna do is unlock this, which loosens that up. I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. And then just repeat this process until you just get the gimbal balanced nicely. And now you can see if I tilt it either way, it's balanced. So now at this point we can turn this on and we'll bring the camera stabilized. You can definitely see I clamped the phone in the wrong way. So I just need to unclamp that and then bring it in, and we're gonna turn it off whenever you do that, so you're not fighting the gimbal. So we'll bring this around and clamp it back in place. Now you can see the camera is not obstructed at all. If it's not gonna be taking videos of the gimbal frame. As soon as you turn it on, you'll notice it'll just pop into position, and then as you start moving it around, it's just very fluid. The phone, it's staying very still, but it's just like flowing with what you're trying to film. It's pretty cool. But then there's this trigger back here, and if I push this trigger, it just locks the phone in place. So I can move this base around, and that phone stays pretty much in the same spot. And then if you go past its travel, at like one of these ends, then it flips up on its side, and then you can control it that way. Or if I wanted it on its side, I can even control it with this. And now I can twist the phone. And I mean, you could use that for like a panoramic. It's pretty cool. And then if I bring this back up, it's just very smooth. It's very impressive and kind of mesmerizing to watch. The joystick here is what controls this moving back and forth. So I can move the camera down, up, to the side, or to the other side. It's also variable. So if I want to move it down slowly, then if I push it all the way down, it'll go fast. But if I only push it down a little bit, it'll go really slow. And that's really that's important, I think, whenever you're trying to get slow shots. And then this moves this side and side. We have two buttons here. We have this one circular button here and this circular button with a red dot. This first button here is what's gonna activate the picture taking or the video taking. So right now this is in video mode. If we look on the DJI app, I'm gonna change that back to picture mode for now. And then if I click this button, it'll take a picture. There we go, I just took another picture. And then if we're in video mode, and I click this button, it brings it into a video, and now it's filming. It's really nice to have all the controls within a finger's reach. I don't have to get a second hand up here to click the button to record, although you still can do that. But I like having them just on the control panel right here. I'm gonna clamp in the phone that is filming right now, just so you guys can get a look at what the footage looks like. All right, I have this all balanced, and here's a sample of the footage with the gimbal on, and it looks very smooth. Okay, so I'm outside now. I'm gonna try running up this hill and just see how smooth it is. Not bad. Okay, now I'm gonna run up the same hill without the gimbal, and I'm gonna try to keep it as stable as I can. Definitely a lot more shaky. I'm just doing a simple walk. You can see this is very smooth. Each time I change direction, it compensates and flows through very smoothly. It's impressive. Here's some of those same shots of just walking through the woods, and it's definitely more shaky. Just walking along, the vibrations really go into the camera. This is the Osmo version 1. They have the Osmo version 3 out now, at least at the time of this recording. And whenever I looked at it, it was on sale, Easter sale, for about $100 brand new, which is a pretty good price. We got this for about 50 or 60 online used. It's still in very good shape. I haven't seen any problems with it, any imperfections really at all. So I like the Osmo version 1, and it's a little bit cheaper. Some people like the Osmo version 2. There's a lot of little things like the charging cord here. One of the things that's different on the Osmo version 1 is the charging cord. This is like your headphone jack, but it doesn't charge with a headphone jack. It's just the same port. So you can't take a normal headphone cord that say would have a USB end and plug it in here to charge it. It wouldn't charge because it's... See, this is where it gets weird, because no one ever has any of these cords. It comes with that charging cord, but if you forget it in your pack or something, no one's gonna have an extra one laying around, where I think the Osmo 2 has a micro USB, which a lot of people have micro USB cables. So that is one little inconvenience. So far, I'm very impressed with this. Now, some of the projects that we do in film, like working underneath a car, is probably not the right application for this, and that's not where we're gonna be using it. You don't wanna be putting this delicate piece of machinery, like, it's a little, the gimbal motors, you know, they're small. You don't want to balance that phone, because if it's not balanced, the gimbal motors will work too hard. It could burn it out. You need to be careful with it, and it's not very small, so you wouldn't be able to get it into tight spaces, and I wouldn't recommend it. But this thing is so cool. It's amazing how much it smoothens up those shots. I mean, it's amazing. Just like running up the hill, it's so shaky. I mean, I was actually trying to keep it still, and it still was super shaky. It's very impressive. I would very recommend it. Get it used, refurbished, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.